Hello and welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us for an unboxing for Malifaux Monday of a 10 Thunders faction.
Literally the Thunder as well.
The Thunder, yeah. So this is a model that I've been waiting for quite a while, Misaki.
I think this was one of the very first plastic sets that
It was
Wyrd
actually.
did.
Yeah, it was.
And we've been waiting to get it for ages.
We have actually.
Like we sat waiting to be unboxed for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So we're going to unbox it.
I've actually just noticed it's a joint faction, isn't it? It's a joint faction.
Outcast.
Yeah.
That's your other faction.
That's my other faction.
One of your other factions. That's the contents, sir.
Misaki. Shang. A Toto, and 3 Tora cage.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm going to let you have that one.
Moving on.
So let's open it up. I'll let you open it up.
Okay.
It's your box. Yep.
Not doing very well. Oh, there we go.
Battle is over.
Battle is over.
You've won.
I've won. Right, look.
Yeah, so let's have a look at the spook.
Ooh, there you go.
So got cards. We got the old bases. One of them's a large base. Find out which one.
There's the sprue. You've got the instructions. Line instructions.
It's only the one one.
Exciting foam.
Yes.
Just in
Extremely
case.
exciting.
It is.
And they all seem to be merged together onto one
They
sprue.
do actually.
This is like the original.
I think this is the original. Yeah.
Which was one of the first ones we got? Was it Malifaux?
Yes, it was the railroad crew, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was the same. If I remember, I might be wrong. I can't remember. It was a while ago now. So I see which model's going on the larger base. It's a Toto.
Ah.
It goes on a larger base. We do have a larger base. A couple of bases short. There we go. So they're not split up. So that is the full sprue. There is the other side. So we are going to have to. Let's got the 3
dudes
there. Part of a Toto. That's his hat.
I think that's Misaki's staff.
Tail. So they are spread out a little bit. So we're going to have to identify where the parts are, and we're going to have to get them off the sprue. But who are we starting with?
We'll try and start with Misaki, shall we?
Okie dokie. So we'll get the parts for her off, we'll look online, and we'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, just a quick update. We've been onto the website and we can't find any instructions for this. But I've just had a quick look at the sprue, and if you can see that on there, they've all got little numbers and letters by them. So you see that's B3. So, all the parts of Misaki are A. All the parts for this guy here are B. All the parts for the middle guy here are C. All the parts for this woman here is D. All the parts for Toto are E. And all the parts for Shang are marked with an F.
Right.
So we'll start by taking all the A parts off, and we shall show you all the A parts separate from the sprue. Okay, so these are all the parts for Misaki. So we have head, body, 2 legs, braid for her hair, and the whoosh part, that's the swirly bit, and we have the weapon there, which she's holding on to. I think that's everything off the sprue. If there's anything else that we find as we're going along, we'll have to add it on, but I think that's everything. So we'll start with putting the body, and we'll put on the legs, and there's a little sort of cube section there, and there's a little cutout bit there, so it looks like those 2 parts go together, and this other leg, and she's kind of doing like splits in midair. So let me stick those parts together, then you can see how those 3 go together. Okay, so you can see it's very painful what she's doing, but there we go. So that's the foot that's on the ground, that's what's in the air. There's a little bit of a bit missing out of that toe. That's because it matches up with this swooshy bit. So that's the bit that goes on the ground for that, and then that should match up like that. You can see that. So those 2 bits need to be glued together next once that's set, and then you should be ready to put the rest of the parts on. Okay, we're back. So we've done the swirly bit. It was a bit awkward. What I did was actually made a green stuff base, like a cracked flagstone base, to go with the bases that we've got, which are you'll see at the end. but they're model display product spaces.
Mhm.
I think I might have said in the past they're a secret weapon.
Yeah.
Some of them, but I use a lot of secret weapon bases as well. You see, and then they get when these are the ones I'm on about to show you that. So it's like got like a cracked pavement effect on it. So I've just done a green stuff one because it was easier because I wanted to actually stick the model into the green stuff to keep it in place as well. So now that's dry, we're going to put on the weapon. So on the weapon you'll see this little tab there that goes into the hole in her back, and then she's got the weapon across her back holding it like that. So we're going to stick that on next and we'll be back when that's done. Okay, so there is the weapon on, if you can see that there. So the next two parts are the head and the braid that goes on the back. Now if you see on the head there's actually a little, you can see the two slots there. The circular one I believe is the neck, and the top one I believe is for the braid to go in, because there's like a little slidey bit there on the end of the braid. So what we'll do is we'll put both those parts on, so hopefully when we come back we'll be finished. But the head, that's the bottom part, and then she's got her face covered, and then she's got this weird hat, almost like a bishop's hat on, and then we'll be back once we've done that. And here we go. So there is the head and the braid on, and that is Misaki. She looks pretty good actually.
She does actually. She looks fairly cool.
It's quite a stance she's on.
Yeah.
I had to reinforce the connection to the green stuff with some super glue and magic army painter liquidy stuff, because she kept pinging off while I was trying to stick the head on, so that wasn't fun. Right, let's move on to Shang, her totem. I've made another little base for this guy. He seems to take up most of the base anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We'll use a little green stuff base. And he is parts, what did we say it was?
I think you said F.
F. So all parts F. We're back in a moment. Okay, so these appear to be all the F parts from the sprue. So we have these two tail pieces, which are massive. The limbs, legs, for Shang. And then we have the body and part of the head. And then the other part of the head goes on there by the looks of it.
Mhm.
He's got some Firefox or something, isn't he?
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, so that bit goes on there. So we'll stick that bit on first. And then we have the legs. Take that bit of flash off there. So the legs, they look like they're only going on one way, because they don't like this. So that'll be that one. So that one will go on there. That one will go on the back there, what it should do. Yeah, because he's kind of splayed out, isn't he? The way he's like down, like a cat almost.
Yeah, he is. He seems to be like ready for pouncing.
Yeah, and then on the other side we've got the other two legs. Again, they go into these square fittings. And then we should do the tail. And the tail looks like it consists of two parts. You have a little, almost like a little shelf built in there. This appears to go on somehow. I think like that, but we'll get to the tail at the end. I'll have to have a look at the picture, because again we've no instructions. So I'll put the body and the head together and clean them up a bit as we're doing it, and then I'll be back to put the tail together. Okay, so there's the body and the head together. It leaves this little square at the back, and he barely fits on that base. We should measure that out first, but you see the back foot doesn't quite fit on. These ones do, and because it's made of green stuff, he's stuck on there. Okay, but you may want to build that base if you've got one yourself and you haven't put it together yet. So the tail consists of these two parts. Again, like I said before, I've got this little ledge part, and I believe this just goes on, I had it before, like that. I think it does. We're going to stick it together. There's not like a definite place that goes on, you see. But when it's on, we have this little square peg at the bottom, and that's going to go in there. So I'll get this bit together, let you know if that was correct, and I'll stick it on, and we can see him finished. Okay, we're back because I got the whole thing the wrong way around. I've had a look at it again, and that's how it goes. So the second piece fits through here, this middle bit. You see there, and goes underneath and fits that way around. So it was the opposite way around, you've just got to fit one of the pieces through there. Because that's the bit you can't really see on the box art. It's the only image I've got to go off. So then, when we put this on, the lowest tail should be this bit. So that should, I haven't tried this yet, fit in there. So it nearly does, it just needs wedging in place. So I'll glue that bit on and we'll be back in a second. And hopefully it doesn't fall off. There he is. It did just go straight in. There we go. So we've got this massive tail going on, this fiery tail.
Blimey.
Very cool.
It's a cool model actually.
Yeah. It's kind of like a fiery fox with lots of tails.
Yeah.
So we just need Sonic as well and we're done. Right, moving on to the next model. Who are we doing? Are we doing a tutorial?
A Toto.
Whatever his name is. Not Totoro, no.
A Toto.
Toto.
Yeah.
Toto. So he's all parts, what was it, E?
E. Yeah.
So let's get all the E parts off and have a look. Okay, so there's quite a few parts to a Toto by the looks of it. He's going to be stuck to the base using this, which is like the blast from his big stick, which is what this is. So that's how he's going to be attached to the base. So we've chosen this base, it's fairly plain, it's got like a little Zen garden on it. And that'll give us plenty of room to manoeuvre because most of him is actually going to be off the base the way that he is positioned. So we can try and get a bit more central on something like that. So this is the bottom part and that'll be the last part we do. And we have the hand holding that and that one comes around the other side. We have two legs there, we have a bunch of armour pieces which I think are all from him. We have his hat which is there. And we have his hair, which comes off the back, and we have his body, and we have this huge oversized head thing going on here. So we'll start by sticking the two legs together and attaching the body to that, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so we've stuck the legs together, and before we put the part of the body on, as you can see now that it's created this hole at the front and this hole there in the middle of his back. So that one at the front is for this little bit of armour there. So we'll take the opportunity to stick that on now. One at the back appears to be for this bit, and a little bit needs cleaning off there, but that bit goes in the hole in his back by the looks of it. So I'm going to stick those two bits on first, and if that's fine I'll go ahead and stick the body on. If not, I'll be back with you. Okay, so here we are, we've attached those parts on the body. See that there? He's in a very undignified position. Next up, we'll put the arms on. So this arm's going to go into that socket there, and the other arm's going to go on the other side there, and then that's going to be holding to the side of this. So let's do that. Okay, so now he's in a fishing position. There he is. And what we're going to do, we're going to stick the head parts together. So we have that bit there that's from flying off. We have this bit of head there. So, don't say anything. Okay. We have the hair, which is going to go on that way around, doesn't it? Yeah. So we have this little gap there, which doesn't seem to fit properly, but that's the way it goes. It goes around like that. The hat will go on top, and then there's a little space underneath these chinny chin chin, where this little bit of armour goes.
Chin armour.
Chin armour. From the Chin dynasty. Oh dear. That goes in there like that. So we'll stick those four pieces together before we put them onto the body, and then we'll be back for the next piece. Okay, so those are the four head pieces together. You can see the throat guard, shall we say, is on there, and this is the neck piece which goes into that socket there. So let's stick those two pieces together, and then here's the base, and I've super glued that bit to the base because this is going to go in there. So as you can see, most of him hangs off the base and it's more of a balancing thing to keep him from falling over. So that's what the base is doing in this case. So we'll put the head on, we'll stick him to that, and then we'll be back when he's done. So there he is, finished. As you can see, the base is just basically acting as, you know, a counterbalance for him.
He looks cool.
It's very different from any model I've put together, probably ever.
Yeah.
All the focus is here
On
for
that.
the model, and then all the weight's on this piece here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I don't know what's underneath that, but it's
Probably
dead.
a rat. Splat the rat.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely dead, whatever it is. Right, let's move on to the Potg. Potg? We don't know how to say that.
No.
I do apologise for murdering the word. But we are moving on to, is it B?
B.
All the parts for B.
For B, right, okay.
And we'll get all the parts for B and we should put them here and we'll be back in a second. So these are the B parts. Here we go. So we have this body, which is most of the model. We have this bit which is going to go on this side, I believe, like that. This bit which goes on the other side. And then we stick those three parts together, but they've got two arms and we've got a little bit of, what is that?
I think it's like a chain maul or something
Alright, cool.
that just attaches to his back.
Right, we'll put these two parts on and we'll be back in a second. So those are those two parts on. The little maul part that Claire was talking about goes in this socket there. And then the two arms just go into those bits there. So we have one arm which has a plug, which goes in there, and the other arm which has like a little socket which goes in there. So you know which one goes on which side. So we'll stick those three parts on, he'll be finished. Okay, so those are all those parts, and we found another bit on the sprue. I knew this would happen, we'd miss a bit. So in the back of his head there, a little socket, and we have this piece here which trails off, so that goes in there somewhere. It's hard to do that on the camera. I think it goes that way around. Yeah, it does. It goes that way around. So I'll stick that bit on, and then he'll be finished. I'll put him on a base, and we'll be back when he's done. So here he is finished. It's a very cool model. I like the motion in the blades. Yep. It's got a very cool crew so far. And jelly again. Okay, so next model is parts C, was it?
C, yeah.
Okay, so there's the body. Okay, is that all the parts?
Yep.
Okay, so these two parts are going to go together first. These are the body and the leg. He's a bit thinner than the last guy, isn't he?
Actually.
Quite considerably.
Yeah.
So those two parts go together first. We'll stick those bits together and I'll be back with you. Okay, so there we have the leg stuck on. So next we'll do the arms, and these seem to cross over each other. So this one is for this side with a little chain on, and that goes on there. And this one is for the other side. And these two, so it's got like his weapons crossed in front of him. So I'll stick those two on, and you can see what that looks like. Okay, so there he is with these crossed blades. Last pieces are this bit and this bit. So again, that goes on the back of the head, and I'll have to figure out where that goes. I think it goes on his waist. Kind of looks like the picture. It kind of looks like it goes there, but I'll have to figure that out. But we'll stick those two bits on, and then to the base, and then we'll be back when he's done. Okay, just so you can see where this little bit goes, it goes there. Coming off there. I don't think you can see that on there. It's moved a bit. I've just glued that bit on. Then you can see the bit that I've put on the back. It just goes in the hole in the back like the first model. So I'm going to let that dry, attach it to its base. Okay, so this is the last of the Potg.
Potg.
The female one. So we've got a leg that goes on there. So that's the leg. That bit's going to go on there. And then we have the weapon. She's got sort of massive, like meteor hammer thing, like, and that goes above her head. So which way around is that? It's a bit strange to figure out. I think it's like that. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that goes on there like that. We have a bit of coat, which will go around this side in this little gap. There's a little bit that goes on there. And that just leaves us with this.
A bit of ribbon.
Bit of ribbon.
I think it goes into her back.
Into this little slot in her back. Yeah, quite right. With a sword on it.
Cool.
So I'm going to stick all those parts together. And if there's any problems, I'll be back. Apart from knocking the camera, do apologise. we'll be back and I'll stick her on a base and we can have a look at them all together. Okay, just show you this one before I put it on the base. You can see there's the sword on the back with the ribbon, the weapon there, and the leg bent back. It looks a lot more fiddly than it actually is. It went together really easy actually. Most of the kit did as well. So let me get this on its base and we'll have a look at the whole crew together. And there we are, the whole crew together.
Cool.
What do you think of your new crew?
I think they're really cool.
I really want to see these in action. They're really good. And painted, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really quite impressed. Because this is like we said at the beginning, this is one of the first plastic crews they did.
Yeah.
And you can tell it from the sprues because it's laid out very differently from how they do the sprues now.
Yeah.
But we did manage to follow it pretty well. I think we did alright.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I really like them. There's a lot of motion in them again.
Yeah.
A lot of, like, characterful in that.
Again, they're very different, and you get that with most of the wyrd crews, that each one is very different from the other ones.
Yeah.
So I'm liking it. This guy's some sort of ember dragon apparently as well, not a fox.
Not a fox like we initially thought.
Yeah. It's got some sort of spawn of the ember dragon, I think it was.
Yeah.
I've lost his card now, where is it? So that's great. So we'll probably do a proper review there. Spawn of the ember dragon, that's it. So we'll probably do a review of these guys along with the rest of 10 Thunders when we do the faction as a whole. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got this crew, I've promised to put it together. I hope this has helped. If you've just got it. If you've not got it and you like it, I hope this has sort of influenced you to add it to your collection.
Definitely.
Because I think it's well worth it. If you're doing the 10 Thunders or the outcasts, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Or even if you just want to paint it, it looks like it's going to be a really good one to paint up.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, cool. So please like and subscribe, it helps out loads. And hopefully we'll see you again soon, guys. So take care.
See you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.